Welcome into our new office here at Sun Devil Stadium. It's the week we've all been waiting for. It's the Territorial Cup. He's Blaine McCormick. I'm Troy Lynch. Welcome into HouseOfSparky.com. Arizona State coming off of a win. Arizona coming off of a loss. And I don't even have to mention how big this game is because both these teams are battling for second in the Pac-12 South. Yeah, it's going to hurt them for sure. And Arizona State still coming into this game as the underdog, 2.5-point underdogs at that. But they are at home, and I believe that they're going to play with a chip on their shoulder. And when they do that, they can beat almost anybody. We see them beat former number 5 Washington. They beat Oregon. They beat Utah. And after last year's loss, they still have that bitter taste in their mouth, Blaine. I tell you what, they're not going to let that go lightly. They're going to make sure the Wildcats know that this is their home turf and that they're here to take second in the Pac-12 South. So that's going to be pros and cons for this Territorial Cup special edition. That's going to be it from us. Now we're going to send it over to Austin Burnett with Around the Pac-12. Well, it's Territorial Cup time in a battle for second in the Pac-12 South. Arizona State going up against the University of Arizona here in Tempe, and that's why we bring on two of our best analysts from HouseOfSparky.com, Josiah Desson and Max Madden. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. But obviously the story of the game's got to be with Khalil Tate. He got shut down by the Ducks a week ago, but all season long he's been running amok in the Pac-12. How do you stop a guy like that? He's a unique player, and that's why he's a Heisman candidate. But it's interesting because he was virtually unstoppable up until he went up against the Oregon Ducks. I mean, even against USC, he had a pretty solid game, but only 32 yards on the ground for Tate, and that really played a factor. They lost by 20. So if the Sun Devils, let's put this into perspective, if they stop Tate, do they win easily? So we talked a lot about, obviously Tate, because he's basically this Arizona team in general. But if you had to pick one player offensively and defensively from Arizona State, who would it be? Who would be the X factor in this game? But this is an interesting game, very highly anticipated for many reasons, but I think the biggest one being Todd Graham's job security. Obviously, you get the win at Oregon State. You're going to a bowl game. But if they lose this game, where do you see his job? Is it stable or is he gone? Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this Territorial Cup. Arizona won last year. We'll see what happens here in Tempe. He's Josiah Desson. He's Max Madden. I'm Troy Lynch. Thanks so much for tuning in. But now it's time for our Pac-12 Top Plays of the Week. Well, a lot of trickery in our Pac-12 Top Plays of the Week. A lot of excitement in week number 10, but week number 11, that's where the magic happens. Territorial Cup, I could not be more excited.